Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Matt Ellis, EliteThrowsCoaching.com. Thank you so much for checking out the video. We finally have some great weather so we can come out here and shoot some more instructional videos for you guys. Before I forget, make sure if you are looking to go to a summer camp this year, you have to check out our overnight camps that are happening all around the Northeast. Make sure to click the link, get signed up, because we are selling out faster than we ever have before. So in today's video, we're going to be talking to you about tension. That's one of my new favorite words that I use with all of my throwers, tension. What do we mean by that? Well, in the discus and in the shot, tension is extremely important. So tension is essentially what we want to create in the back of the circle, and we want to keep it throughout the entire throw up until we release the discus or the shot. Tension can be defined in a lot of ways, but I like to think of it like a stretch. So tension, essentially, if we're in a power position, it's where we are wound up all the way. When we're in the back of the discus circle and we wind up with the discus, or where we have the shot against our neck and we wind up with the shot, it's when we're pulling back and we're getting a big stretch and trying to hold that stretch. We're trying to hold that sort of wound up, twisted up tension throughout our chest, throughout our midsection, and by leading with our lower body. All right, so to show you from the back of the circle, tension starts right here. When we have the discus as a right-handed thrower, we pull the discus back and we wind up with that discus. We are creating tension. We're creating a stretch on our chest. We're pulling our shoulder blade back, squeezing our shoulder blade together. We're winding up. Now, where a lot of newer athletes, beginner athletes, lose tension is right here in the back. They wind up really well, but then when they get here, they start to unwind and lose tension before they turn out of the back. And then they're in this kind of starfish, gingerbread cookie position as they go through the rest of the throw. They lose tension in the beginning of the throw, and they never really have it when they get to the middle or to the finish. Intermediate throwers, they lose tension a lot of times in the middle. So they've worked enough and they know enough where they create tension in the back. They keep that tension as they turn. They lead with the lower body. They turn out of the back of the circle. They still have tension. They haven't lost that stretch. Then as they drive to the middle, this is where you really need to keep tension. This is where you need to build tension by staying in that letter X position. So if you notice, my toe and my knee are kind of going this way toward the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock positions, toward the lines that mark the back and the front of the circle. But my chest and my head and my shoulders are facing this way, facing you. So I have tension. Not only do I have tension coming out of the back, I've increased that tension by letting my lower body go in front, and I've got this big stretch now from my arm all the way down the side into my midsection, my hips. I can feel that tension. Intermediate throwers will lose tension at this point because then they start to turn to the front of the circle and they drop the discus. Or they turn to the front of the circle, and as they're turning, they lose tension. They start to slow down. So we have to make sure that we keep tension throughout the entire throw. This is where these 180, mirror turn, half turn, wheel drills come into play. Now, in a previous video, I told you I don't like the term 180 because a lot of athletes think they get in this position, they wind up, they do a 180, and then they just throw. And they forget about the last 90 degrees where they have to turn all the way through. So instead, I like to call it a 270 because I want my foot to go all the way around and then all the way down the middle. So you can have your athlete start with a weighted ball or a metal pipe or a bowling pin or a traffic cone, whatever you have available to you. We're going to have them pull back. And when they get to about 99% of the way back, we're going to have them start to turn their body to create more tension. So here, we're going to turn the body and then go all the way through holding tension. A great way to do this is to have the coach stand right here and try to grab their arm. So they're going to go through slowly. The coach is going to grab their arm right here and hold them back. Feel that resistance, feel that stretch. They're going to be pulling the athlete back all the way. As the athlete goes to pull through, the coach is going to walk around with them. Feel the tension, feel the tension, feel the tension. And at no point should that coach feel that the athlete is relaxing or should feel that the athlete is losing that stretch. They always want to keep tension throughout this middle portion of the throw. So if you want to throw really big throws, if you want to hit really big PRs, whether it's discus or rotational shot, keep tension. You want to make sure you have tension in the back of the circle, create tension, wind up all the way. As we go through, we're going to keep that tension the entire time as we're turning. We're not going to let the arm get ahead of the hip. Now we're going to increase tension by really accelerating that lower body in front of the upper body, creating that stretch where my leg is going from one side to the other and my chest and head are facing down the middle. From here, we're going to continue to increase tension by speeding up that lower body, squeezing the knees together, getting the toe to the heel, making a small circle, creating more tension, and then keeping that tension the entire way through, all the way until you release.